Welcome back to another episode of What SHU Doing. I am Aaron Burrell alongside
Paul Guarino.
And we are your hosts of What SHU Doing, as we have brought to you this entire season nothing but illustrious guests.
Only the illustrious
Guests on this podcast. Your favorite podcast, Danny Nev. Danny, thank you for joining us.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
this is a pleasure. This is
sure.
It's very rare we get to talk to a guest of this illustrious level.
You got someone else coming in, or what?
No. This is it.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you.
So, Danny, we like to start with your origin story and how Sacred Heart became the school for you. So, if you want to kick us off there.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to high school on Long Island. I had gotten a few scholarships for soccer, and I decided, like, right before I was going to go to school, I was like, nah, I don't really want to do this. I had a lot of friends who played a year older, so they were like, I don't think it's for you to be doing mandatory study hall and team eating, meals and all that stuff. So I was like, all right, sounds good. My sister went to Sacred Heart. Okay. So we kind of had it in the family. She's 6 years older than I am, so we would have never kind of crossed at the same years.
Gotcha.
But she was kind of in my ear when I had gotten accepted, like, this is what you should do.
Okay.
So, when kind of that was decided that it was an option to go here, my best friend from high school had also decided to go here, so that was a push in the right direction.
That's awesome, man. You graduate from high school from a Long Island powerhouse. Obviously, especially in soccer, I do know I played soccer here. So I had my roommate my freshman year is also a St. Anthony's alum. So
nice.
So yeah, I know that the Friar Nation is very strong. And were there a lot of other Friars here when you got to campus?
I knew St. Anthony's and Sacred Heart had a really good relationship just through the years of hearing people who, either through sports or not, that decided to go here.
Yeah.
So I knew the schools had a really good relationship. I would say probably just under a dozen or so from my class came here. So, I mean, in terms of numbers, I mean, I don't know how much our class was that year in 2006. But, yeah, I remember seeing a few familiar faces, yeah.
That's awesome, yeah. Sure. Helps with the transition.
Definitely.
I mean, I don't want to age you, but it's been like, what do you think when you come today? Like, how much different it is?
You can age me, that's okay. No, driving around here, I'm like doing the math. I'm like, it's almost 20 years, which is insane. Wow. It's 20 years since I came here as a freshman, which is like ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, I try to stay in contact with some of the people here, Miller, Thorne, you guys, obviously, Anthony, I know, who teaches here. So I've seen the progression in kind of real time, but yeah, it blows your mind from what it used to be to what it is now. I mean, this building across I think there's more buildings here that weren't here when I went to school here that still exist here because Roncalli East was like the brand new, and North were like the brand new buildings when I was here. Yeah. So it's wild to think.
No, even when we came in as freshmen, like Roncalli was like a big deal. It was like, oh, that's like the premium one.
When you guys were here, your classes were all in the rotunda and like the round thing over by the bookstore.
Yeah.
As you drive in.
Yeah.
So that's what ours was too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy to now see all the change. And we were here for a lot of it. Like, Linda McMahon building was built when we were here. I remember the day they dedicated it. I walked out and I
Let's not get started on that. We can
on
a tangent on that one.
Yeah, fair enough. I just happened to walk out one day and I saw Triple H. I was like, Triple H? Like very random things, but things that happen when you're at Sacred Heart.
Wild.
So, but as every student, you get to campus. Some students know what they want to do when they get on campus. Some are still figuring it out. Which camp did you find yourself in?
100% still figuring it out. Yeah. I mean, I think I originally leaving high school with absolutely no knowledge of what I wanted to do. I was like, I want to become a physical therapist. They make good money. I like sports, working with athletes. That'd be cool. Then I think the program was like, you need like a 3.7 just to apply, and then like a 3.5 GPA just to stay in. I was like, yeah, that's not for me. That's 100% not for me. So I think I did like most of like the core classes that you have to do as a freshman, and then like halfway through sophomore year, I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna do media studies at the time, media studies, digital culture or whatever it was. And yeah, I kind of breezed through sophomore year, not really caring much about like the classes that I was taking, and like my interest level was only so high. But by junior year and senior year, it was like, looking forward to going to certain classes, looking forward to working with certain people on certain projects. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And then like take us through like kind of like what like internships you had during the time, and like what, or like even like picking up the camera and doing projects for Sacred Heart, like classes.
So yeah, like we were talking about being dated. So when I was here, I think there were like 3 Sony flip out cameras that you can rent. Was it Santos or Chris who was kind of like running the rental room at the time? And it was like super duper hard to get your hands on like what we would consider at the time like a camera worth shooting on. Everything else was like a dad filming your like soccer game when you're 5 years old, like flip out. Which at the time, I mean, you know, you look back and it's like there are definitely people that probably didn't even have that. So we should be thankful. But then you get into the real world, you talk to kids from programs. Like, oh, we had a red, we had this, we had that. It's like, not at all. But I remember doing my senior project. That was like the big one where you rented the camera and took it out and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, outside of the class stuff that we did, like Thorne would have us do some of the broadcasting class. We'd go to the games and film like that. But yeah, that was like kind of my first intro into it.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think of. Like, it's funny, we were trying to recall Chris's name because we were like remembering. Was Chris, when you were here, was Chris always watching like some sort of movie
every time?
Was like it was like a movie you had never heard of and nobody you knew had ever heard of?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. It's like Sacred Heart lore.
And you would like walk in like a hopeful look and he would just like shoot you a look and you'd be like,
what do you
there's
need?
No cameras available.
Dang
it.
That's crazy.
The amount of times I used to bother him and like when he was watching a movie and he was like super into it and it's like, I'm like, can I borrow a camera?
That's the stuff you remember though, dude. Like dipping into the lab and sitting like logging, capturing footage for hours. Or now it's like insane how quick the process is.
I know. It is funny that you mentioned that. We should get to that in a bit of just like how things have changed in the industry during your time. You know, like, but you know, after you go through Sacred Heart, you get your degree. Take us through your post-college journey. What does that look like for you?
Oh, sorry. You guys asked about interns. Yeah, I mean, internships, I interned at We TV, which is women's entertainment, and it was like Bridezillas and Closer and all that. And dude, even dating myself even back, at the time, my internship consisted of taking like SD and HD VHS versions of shows that were on that network and dubbing them onto DVDs because DVDs were like the new medium. That was crazy, dude. It was crazy. But sorry, go back to your other one.
No, it's okay. We're talking about so after. Okay, you have your internship at BTV. You know, you graduate from Sacred Heart. You have an idea of what you want to do. You're obviously very talented with cameras. Where do you decide to take your post college career? I
don't even think I would say that talent, if that's what you want to call it, really came into view until like 10 years ago. When I came out of school, I had applied to a bunch of schools in California. That was like my heart was set on going to school out in LA. When that didn't pan out and I went to Sacred Heart, the next best thing was like, okay, I'm going to get through Sacred Heart. And then the minute I graduate, I'm moving to LA. Okay. Everyone thought I was insane, and I probably was because I had like $1,100 in my name. But I, like, my buddy and I got in a car, drove out to LA, and I was working at Lucky Brand Jeans on the promenade in Santa Monica, and then PAing for free. Okay. So I had met a few people that were like, oh yeah, we work on a movie, we could probably get you on. It was like $100 a day, and I was like, all right, cool. That was like my first step in the industry whatsoever. And I was making basically no money. So yeah, that was like my first gig, was working on films in LA, and it was like putting out tables for lunch and running talent to and from. Like, it was like very, very low, low on the bar.
Truly have worked.
You gotta start somewhere.
Pay your dues.
Yeah. So then when I moved back to New York, I had met a few people that had got me gigs on some Food Network shows. Okay. So that was where it was like, that was a real, like, you go to a studio and there were, multiple camera people that were professionals for years and all different departments. So it was like definitely an eye-opening experience working there. I would say that's where I kind of honed in on the camera work, and I was an AC and then became a cameraman. So
Gotcha. And now DP, correct?
I mean, I'm more of like a production manager now. Like, I wouldn't put myself out there as a DP, although I could DP a shoot if I had to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're an expert at your field.
I try, yeah.
Very casually, but it's like,
I would probably be calling Manny if someone was like, hey, you want to do a shoot? I'd be like, well, Manny will be the DP. I'll handle mostly everything else. But,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's funny. We've had Manny on the show as well, so always
Sacred Heart legend.
Yeah, very much so. He was like legend. I think we called him that when we were like Sacred Heart legend. He was like legend.
He was when I was like a freshman here up until, and then he was like my friend and a peer, and then became a teacher's assistant. So it was even like cooler. Like,
yeah. And like now you have worked together as well. Like, and to me, it's funny. Like, there were some, prospective students that we were speaking to earlier, and I was like, for me, the best thing is like the connections that you make. Paul and I met our freshman year, and the way we met was like we used to just keep an ironing board in our door, and he just would come in, just hang out, and it was like, all right. This dude's he's been around a couple times, like kind of cool. Like, all right,
that's the best though, dude. It's the best how that happens organically. Like, Danny and I didn't even come super close until like years after I came back from Los Angeles.
Oh wow!
It was like I got him on like a random gig, and then we didn't talk again for like a few years. Stay in contact via Facebook and liking each other's stuff, but never really like. BSing, shooting the S.
I think we had a bleep man out while he came on.
I bet we did. And then we ended up linking later on, and now we're like, it's not enough days in the month that I don't see him. But I love him. He's the man.
I want to go into your entrepreneurial journey. Like, how did you start Mall Media?
I am not the owner of Mall Media, so Andrew Ocean.
Gotcha.
Who you'll see on the Hall of Fame wall out there. He's actually the owner.
Yeah.
He started it, I think, in like 2013. I ended up linking up with them in 2018, but very quickly, 8 years I've been with them, and it went from like freelancing, and they were hiring me as like an AC, and then I think someone skipped out as a producer one day or got sick, and he was like, "Oh, we don't have anyone as a field producer. You think you can ask the questions?" I was like, yeah, dude, 10 questions on it. It wasn't like I had to form the story. It was 10 questions. Like, I get asked and whatever, but you know how it is. You got to be personal to it.
Right, of course,
So I started, now I'm just producing for Mall Media full time, kind of like a senior producer. Yeah. It took a shift from where Andrew was kind of like running the show on set and off set, and now he has 2 kids, he has a family, he's a different priority. So now it's kind of like he took a step back where he could focus on clients 100% of the time and building the brand, and then he just gives us the work, and I take it from here's the client, this is what they want to do. Now we book camera people, and that you guys know how it is. Teleprompter, audio, transportation, all that goes into it.
For prospective students, like who are looking at it, and they, who look up Mall Media and see what you do. What advice would you give them in terms of like, hey, obviously everyone's career path is different, but what advice would you give them of like, hey, here's how I got here. Here are the transferable skills and things that I did that you can follow.
Hindsight is worth so much. I think I would at this point probably say, tell people to do more of the things that I didn't do at the time. Like, number one thing, and I've probably said this before, the social aspect of things. When they're throwing, people are meeting up at a bar or a restaurant or all going to the same movie and hanging out, and they invite you, and it's the last thing you feel like doing on that day because you just worked a 12-hour day or you have big plans for the weekend. Go out of your way to go to the social engagements where you're going to be able to rub elbows with those people. Because even if you're not sitting there chewing their ear off, you're in the circle, and eventually they're going to ask, who is that person? And that information is going to be passed along. I think there's a fine line between like being annoying and being persistent, and you got to kind of ride that. But yeah, I would say definitely doing that, not getting down on yourself if you are freelancing and things start to shift the other way. Because even now, I have a full-time job at Mall, so money is consistent in terms of what I'm getting every month. But the creative lulls come and go every year, because usually Christmas, January time, all the clients want to spend time with their family around the holidays. It's the end of fourth quarter, so they're trying to figure out what their budget's going to be for the next. So it's like January is almost always a lull. So I would tell people, like, when those times come, just don't get down on yourself. The next phone call will come, and unfortunately, usually what happens is you'll have a really slow week or two. You'll get booked on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and once you say yes, your phone will ring 10 more times for that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday that you got booked. It's almost good. It's almost a rite of passage. It's going to happen at some point. But just keep your head up, keep persistent. I would tell people nowadays too, like, get on AI, start learning some of the things that are going to make your job quicker and easier, and that's going to put you ahead in the race.
Absolutely. It's funny. You mentioned 2 things. One is like the writing that fine line of being persistent and annoying. Is I feel like somebody asked me once, like, what a producer does, like, because I produce as well, and they're like, what do you, and I'm like, I just find ways to make things happen and just get it done. But it is writing that line. Sometimes I know I'm being annoying, but it's like, hey, listen, we got to get things done, and sometimes it's just like you need a bit of persistence.
As a producer, I'm definitely probably on more of the line of annoying in terms of like rubbing elbows and trying to like make connections and stuff. You got to try to
Yeah.
You don't want
You have
to
to.
leave a bad impression on people.
Of
but
course.
when it comes to the job, yeah, you got to get it done.
Gotta-
no matter,
you have
what.
to.
You got to be nice about it, but you got to, you got to get it done.
Yeah, and the second point is using AI and using all these advancing technologies. And over the course of your career, you've seen massive jumps in terms of like the technology available, how things get done. I had a conversation with a coworker, and they were talking about when they started layering tape to tape and doing all of that, and and it's like
Sounds like casting, yeah.
Yes, and it's just like all of these things. How have you incorporated some of these things, like the way that media is jumping and changing constantly and ever evolving, to make sure that mall media is at the forefront of these things?
Yeah, I mean, personally, outside of work, I'm like horrified of it. I'm like, I don't even use Alexa, none of that stuff, dude. I am like an 85-year-old man stuck in an almost 38-year-old man's body.
Yeah.
But in terms of work and making life easier, I think we've all seen now commercials where you can say like, that's completely AI, like not actors, no one even wrote the script, someone like
Right.
whatever. But for us, at least, I know, and one of the biggest ones is audio. So we've all been, anyone who's my age and probably a little bit older, we've all been in that situation where it's like, hold, there's a plane.
Yes.
Hold, there's licensed music in the background. Hold, someone yelled something out while I was doing an interview, and now it's like, bring on the planes, bring on whatever you want, because you can throw that thing into AI and it'll remove all the backing, all the stuff that you used to spend hours tweaking little editing controls to try and do. Now it's just you throw it in there and it's great.
Done.
Organizational wise, I think it's really beneficial. I know a lot of people who they won't write an email anymore until they've put it through something, and then they might not use that exact thing that whatever that app spit out. But they're almost conversating every day through a filter of AI, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I think editing, multicam editing, we've seen a lot when you're like doing a panel or something like speaker at Fanatics Fest or something like that, where we used to have to have so many cameramen and now or women, and now it's maybe you just throw a camera on a Ronin that has the little follow. I forgot what it's called. But and then you don't have to pan or tilt anymore. The thing's literally following. So it's not necessarily AI, but it's like a step towards that,
Yeah.
So we're seeing it in that way for sure.
Yeah. It's on the iPhone too. Sometimes it's on the
new Osmo too. I
Yeah, it's crazy.
What it's called now. It's gonna bother me so much.
Yeah.
The focus module. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just like a little camera that sits on your Ronin and just you can draw a little box around someone, an animal. Like even the advances recently, where it's like the focus was just like people or animals, like if they had eyes that it could lock on. Now you just put a box around whatever and it follows. It's crazy. Crazy.
Danny, we could sit here and chop it up forever.
I know.
But we want to make sure that we have time for Paul's favorite segment. It is time for
Fun shoe.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, I'm like, give him a dispenseful pause.
Sounds like a really good.
Well, I'm gonna change it up.
Sounds like a good dish.
I'm gonna make it some kind of food dish.
Okay, yeah.
Patent pending.
I'm gonna change it up a little bit. What's some of your favorite shoots you've done?
Some of my favorite shoots that I've done. I think some of them are more meaningful because of the memories, and some of them are meaningful because of the content, and not even for me. Like I remember one of the gigs I did was as like it was like one of the first camera opportunities I got, which is kind of catch-22 because it was static camera the whole time. But we filmed, I filmed Elton John's announcement for his like farewell Yellow Brick Road tour. So that was like at Gotham Hall in the city, and it was supposed to be when that movie came out about him or whatever, like the actual actors, the scripted movie. They did like a virtual reality thing where all these people came to Gotham Hall, and then when the virtual reality was over, they like took their glasses off and the stage turned and Elton John was there playing Tiny Dancer. So that was like crazy. I was like, my dad was so stoked. I was like, this is really cool. So that was a good one. Some of the Fanatic stuff, just being around some of the athletes, and I think the most recent one we did with TNT, the NBA show. I already forgot. Inside the NBA, it was like their last like go on TNT before they got bought and went over to ESPN. So we did like a mini documentary on that, and that was crazy to think like. You're sitting in a room like this, and there's like Charles Barkley and Shaq, and they're like kind of making fun of you a little bit, kind of like busting balls or whatever. But like it was a good call. It was like a good time, and it was like a good memory because you sit there and you think about yourself as like a kid watching SportsCenter, and you're like, used to sit there, and these people used to seem so unreachable and like in another world. And now I'm like, sitting there, good morning, hi Shaq. What's up, young man? I'm like, hi. So it's fun. And then any of the stuff you get to do for like charity and things like that. We've done stuff for St. Jude's in the past. Those are always important when they're like hitting closer to home a little bit more, or working with kids and the less fortunate and stuff like that. Those always mean a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
If you had to go back and relive one day of production, what day would you pick?
Ooh, one day. That's so hard, dude. I mean, it would probably be that like first call when like you're trying to make the break from like assistant camera person to camera person, and like not only is like the responsibility and like the allure of being like the camera person on set versus the assistant, like it all comes with the title too. The money is better, but like getting that call that someone trusts you finally to be able to like execute something like that, and like getting on mall media full time was like a big day too, because like full time jobs are hard to come by in this industry if you're not pushing paper in an office somewhere or in Bristol or like in these hubs that not everyone is working full time. So that was big.
That's awesome
for sure. All right, back to SHU questions. What was your favorite dorm on campus?
What was my favorite dorm? I lived in Seton on the first floor, big window on the left.
There we go.
My freshman year, and then I lived in Jay Hill my second year. But I definitely felt like I spent more time in Seton, so I'd probably say Seton. Yeah.
All right.
And I lived off campus the other 2 years.
Yeah, I gotcha. What was your favorite meal on campus?
Oh, easy. Either chicken cheesesteak or cheesesteak on like a gyro roll, a yellow Gatorade, or
he gives me the whole meal.
or Golden Peak iced tea, because those were like new at the time. Dude, those are good. Yeah, and we only had Flick when I was here, so that was like you either ate at school or you didn't eat at school. There's only one place to go to.
Yeah, for
I think they introduced like the like milkshake popcorn chicken stuff towards the end too there, but there was no other eateries on.
For sure.
No way.
Who was your favorite professor?
Ooh, that's tough. I think, Golda was up there. I really liked him as a teacher. I had a guitar teacher, Joe Carter, who was the man. He was really cool, but he wasn't my favorite teacher. But I remember getting an A- on a Gottlieb paper that was like, and he used it as an example in class. And it was like the best day. I remember being like, wait, he's talking about my paper. Shit. Like looking around. Like, oh my God, this is crazy. But yeah, I'd probably, Thorne's up there, but.
Yeah, no Miller, right?
I mean, Miller's the man too, but owes me money sometimes. A little late on those payments. Every now and then. Cut that out. Yeah, I mean, there were a bunch of great teachers. I think Thorne was probably the one I was closest with and related to, because he was still so young at the time. It was did he go here like a year or two ago? He was probably like 28 or whatever.
For sure.
He was like the cool young guy.
Oh, he's gonna love that.
He's
gonna love that.
He's gonna be like, oh yeah, it's my favorite.
Well, it's weird too, dude, because like his son was like a little child when I was going here, and then I remember coming back for like one of the football games to like help out, and his kid's running camera. He was like 18. I was like, this felt so gross.
Crazy.
So gross.
That's how we're feeling now.
I know.
It's
wild.
10 years. 10 years out. Plus now. Plus.
Yeah, this September is gonna be 20 years.
Yeah, it's wild.
Since I was a freshman, dude. It's scary.
We're 12 years out.
Scary.
No, from freshman year.
Oh no. Oh, from
years out from
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we're up there too.
I know, it's wild.
Yeah. Whew.
Anything good with you guys though? Anything fun?
Yeah.
Anything fun happening work wise? I heard about this boxing.
Yeah,
I heard about
the
boxing event.
June 6th. Yeah, plug it in. June 6th. So
nice.
See how it goes.
Yeah, we'll try to stop by for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's been good.
You got any fun questions for him?
Yeah, hit me.
I mean, mine was the.
Oh yeah, you already.
But I'm trying to think.
I wish I had a better one that was this like eye-opening whatever. But yeah.
No, always getting a job is good.
Yeah, I think those are like the most memorable. Getting the phone call and.
I remember the rejection ones, but that's.
Whole lot of those, man. A whole lot of those. Thinking you're gonna move.
I'll tell you my best rejection one. So I was substitute teaching, and I was going to grad school, and I had an interview at WWE, and usually when you get the call, that means you got it, right?
Right.
This guy calls me, so like I'm there, and then like I'm in the hallway. I'm at my high school that I went to, and I'm just like, all right. And the guy's like, oh, blah blah blah. He's like, yeah, Paul. There's just some other people that hit the nail on the head, and I'm just like, all right. And then I was about to throw my phone down the hallway, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. I was like, yo, I got a rejection call, not an email. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I
so,
don't need to know that I didn't get first place.
Yeah,
Bro.
I was like, this is crazy. That's when I knew. I was like, all right. Yeah, no one cares. I was just like, all right, cool.
That's my real estate agent called us like 7 different times. I was like, you guys were second place on the offer. I'm like, unless we're first, don't tell me what place we're in. We either didn't get it or we got it.
Right.
That's tough though. Yeah, dude, a rejection call. I mean, usually they just ghost you.
Yeah.
Especially in this industry.
Oh yeah.
Calls.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
that was mine.
Like a few years ago, I think I'd seen like I had applied for a different job a few years ago, and I went back in. Some job portals will be like, oh, like you can see
like automatic email.
Oh, it was an application I had submitted like 6 years earlier, and it was like active. You're still hiring?
Still thinking about it?
I'm like, come on now. We can move it forward, But like, I'm like, just ghost me. Just go ahead and say,
yeah, right.
Like, no,
make me inactive.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
That's wild.
So yeah, good stuff all around. But we'll have to chop up some more of these off camera. But Danny, we appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been a pleasure to have you.
Having me.
Check out Mall Media. Check out Danny Nev.
Yeah, New York Nev.
New York Nev. I like that.
Yeah, on Instagram. I think it's Danny Nev or Daniel Nevimpera on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely reach out if you're looking for work or interested in getting into the industry and just want to chop it up.
Have to. Well, appreciate your time.
Thanch you guys.
This has been a pleasure.
Appreciate
Another
it.
episode of What You Doing. We'll see y'all next time.